The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Monday! We got some breaking news we'll get to in just 1 second, but band is back together. Chris Beam is back in the office, and that guy.
Hurry up, man! Hurry up!
You're looking live at Frisco Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is
Hot,
93 degrees.
Kurt, Nate, Shannon, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Salt Pepper Poppy. Together we make Hangin' with the Boys. Sports Talk from the Brown. Feel us when we speak.
Breaking news, Chris. Live from the news desk in the back, Chris.
Bling, 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 bling.
Hurry up,
It
Chris.
looks like CD sign. That was reported by Tom Pelissaro.
What chaos to start the show.
Man.
So come on out to practice tomorrow night and see CeeDee Lamb, number 88,
He'll
on the
be there.
field at the Star in Frisco.
Reported.
It's reported that he signed an extension.
There we go.
Well, we know
Usually
that Tom has inside information.
Yeah, usually reliable sources.
I mean, was there any doubt?
No.
No.
I mean, you can't.
No.
What? Come on, Jess. The other day, come on, not what you said. Yeah, the
What
other
did I
day.
say the other day?
I don't remember.
See, you there's never a doubt that
But
the
no,
Cowboys
you
are going
know.
to sign their guys.
Remember, we said, yeah, he may be, but not under the new contract. You said maybe under.
No,
the
you asked
old
was he
contract.
signed?
Yeah.
You said would he be here?
Will he be
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
He'll be here.
May not be happy.
Yeah,
not be happy.
That's what I'm
Players
saying.
don't miss game checks, do they, Jesse?
No, they don't.
Not real players, not smart
What do
players,
you mean? What'd you say?
not smart
Oh,
players.
I thought you were taking a shot at me. I was like, dang.
You never missed.
You know Jesse ain't missing no check.
You know I ain't. Y'all see I'm here. I ain't missing no checks.
Jesse comes in here looking for change in the seat from the
If they left it, it's mine.
Previous person.
If they left it, it's mine.
Well, welcome back, Chris.
Yes, thank you. I'm finally back from training
Yeah, it's
camp.
good to hear your voice on the show, man.
Thanks, man.
Good to hear your voice.
Here's the question. Did you get someone did you get some right away when you come back?
What kind of question is that?
Wow.
That was a sexual feeling.
Who's he talking
funny.
to? Is he talking to Chris?
Talking to me?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
talking
Chris.
He's talking to Chris. He's talking about a sexual feeling.
No.
You don't?
You didn't? She held you out?
That's crazy.
Oh,
We're not going to talk about this on the show.
That's crazy,
hey,
bro.
I mean, she may be watching. I don't know.
What's
Crazy.
today?
What love
That's
got to do with it,
August,
Jess?
bro.
What
August
love's
the
got to do
26th.
with it?
Crazy.
August the 26th.
The camp eyes that you had, that's crazy.
2024, the first time Chris Beam has ever been speechless in his life.
That's
the first
Pro-
time
that's
he
probably
has
true.
ever
That's
talked.
true.
Crazy.
He just shut down, didn't he? Just
Oh, my God.
Let me say this. Did your Fortnite joystick actually get to play the game when you came back?
I played Fortnite when I got back.
Okay.
Okay,
Played last night.
Okay, baby. Let's go.
what a way to start
Let's
the
go.
show.
Let's go.
Got a couple
CeeDee
duds
Lamb
last
and
night.
Chris.
Oh, you got a couple of them last night. Okay, baby.
CeeDee Lamb and Chris.
Yes, both got paid.
off.
There you go.
Winners. All right.
Can we say the potential? Kurt, you just had it up. I'm all in your business. Can we say what the potential numbers are for that CD?
They were reporting a 4-year extension worth $136 million. Lamb will get $100 million guaranteed, a wide receiver record $38 million signing bonus. He will become the second highest paid non-QB in NFL history.
Lamb.
Pretty nice.
Got some
So who's next?
Pretty nice.
You know who's next.
I'm just
back.
You know who's next.
So did we watch the game? I'll actually watch the whole game this week.
Had
Jesse
to.
did.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I did. I was
Tell
there.
us about
Share,
that. Just share.
Let's talk about it.
there.
Share, baby.
Let's talk about it,
I
Jess.
felt important, man. First, shout out to my boy Scott Purcell. I appreciate you, Scott Purcell.
So tell everybody what happened.
So
Scott
I got,
and-
I'm about to say, Chris. I was about to say, let me get there. Shout out to my boy Scott and shout out to my dog, You my mans.
Oh.
No, you always be my mans, Kurt. Chris, my dog.
Okay.
Chris Beam. Shout out to Chris Beam, my dog. You don't ever think, don't ever let them separate.
You his boy.
You my boy. Don't let them, these two right here will
No,
always
we
try
did
to,
not try to separate.
they will always try to bring us apart because they know we're you know what I'm saying? They're trying to divide us. But yeah, so shout out to Scott and Chris, man. I got a chance to do the radio call, the national radio call for Compass Media, alongside the great Kevin Ray. And it was fantastic, man. And shout out to Kevin Ray. Shout out to Kevin Ray because I've been in this business for a while, and not everybody's kind. Not everybody's helpful. Not everybody's nice. Not everybody's a professional. And Kevin Ray was an absolute professional. He was so kind and patient and just, it was great. The energy was great. I fed off him. In our short amount of time, I learned a lot. I felt important. We took a walk down on the field. People were recognizing me. I saw Will McClay. He gave me a big bro hug. I saw some other coach. They gave me. I was like, oh man, this feels good. I have my good clothes on and stuff.
You have
like
a suit
that.
on?
I wore a blazer.
Okay.
I wore a
look
blazer.
smooth. You look good.
Thank you. I saw Chris Beam. Chris Beam was down there in the frantic though. He was like, Chris Beam in work mode. He's like, got the broadcast going. Got to make sure stuff is happening all right. So he was all over the place, but he was like, got a chance to stop to talk to him, man. But it was great. It was great. Got a chance to call the game, and actually the game, despite some of the things that happened in the game, it was a pretty good game. Like it was an entertaining game. It wasn't like a third preseason game where you're just like yawning and trying to stay awake. It had its moments in there. So thanks to Scott and Chris, I appreciate you, and thanks to Kevin Ray and Robert Blum over at Compass Media for allowing me to go out there and do that, man. And hopefully I can continue that. What are you guys about to do, man? I don't.
When you get through.
Oh yeah. Thank you to all those people.
That's our boy. That's our boy.
Remember where you started.
Don't you ever leave us.
I'm not.
Don't porch us.
No, I'm not. Yeah, right.
Well, good, Jesse. That's good.
That's
man.
great, man. That's super.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic, man. The energy was great, and it felt good. It felt good to be back in the stadium at that capacity again, man. So hopefully I get a chance to.
So it was a meaningful game for one person, and I do know that was just.
My whole life has been about the meaningfulness of the third and fourth preseason game. Not the third preseason game. It was great. I had a great time.
You had a very eventful, exciting week, haven't you?
Let me tell you, yes.
The last 4 days.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Last
going
2
on.
days.
Hell, last 2 hours.
I'm gonna tell you,
I'll tell you that right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. And I heard a whisper. All trailer parks have been hollering, "Where's Jesse?"
Oh, he
He's
upgraded.
busy.
He
Salt
upgraded.
Pepper Poppy, listen to all the TPs. Salt and Pepper Poppies. I'm working right now.
He'll be back.
I'll be back. But the budget for the chicken boxes got a little expensive. So Salt and Pepper Poppy got to get out here in these streets, get the money so that when I come back with that big wing stop box, you know that Salt and Pepper Poppy's right.
Where flavor gets its
Wings! Yes. Brought to you each and every day.
Yes, sir.
By Wingstop.
Man,
So now we don't did a super show. Let's go.
Yeah, already go? We can't get it. The only thing that
Oh no, we got one thing. My boy, you had some fun time this weekend too. You skipped out on this last week.
That's right.
Thursday.
Update us. What
Relived a little of my youth at the
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar concert.
do you know that
So what did he sing?
Jesse
He sang all the
I
hits.
played I Can't Drive 55. I thought everybody's heard. Jesse's never heard it before. He's
heard
like,
it.
nope.
Oh.
Never heard of
Never
it.
heard of it.
That's okay. My boy heard of it.
Oh,
How was
yeah.
it?
So who all was
Awesome.
with Sammy, man? Who all sung with Sammy? Any of his old
Lover
group?
Boy opened for him.
Okay.
That was kind of cool. And then he had Michael Anthony was the bass. He
Right.
was Van Halen's bass player, and Joe Shettiani was a
So
guitar.
were they allowed to play Running with the Devil?
No, he didn't go that. He didn't get into that too much, but he did play mostly Van Halen.
Thank God for life change.
Oh, it was a good time. Us old folks had a good time.
Yeah,
out
how many
there.
Miller Lights did you drink, Kurt?
Several. It was a
Several.
good time, yeah.
Did you sing? Like, are you a sing out loud person? Like, was there one song where you were like,
I don't usually, but I did there because I knew all the lyrics and everything.
yeah,
And
I
everybody
gotta
else
see.
singing.
I gotta see you in that moment.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
you know.
Was they rolling?
They rolling?
Yeah.
Depends on what they're rolling.
I'm just asking. Between us grown folks,
I
was they
rolled on
rolling?
some things, not on others.
Not you. Not you, Kurt.
Well, question for you fellas. Did Deuce Vaughn play his way onto this team? I know we had basically written him off last week. He looked good, man.
Yeah, I think he did, it sounds like, but I wonder, is he like their only guy who's got some explosiveness?
He asked me that upstairs. Hey, man, is this the only guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously
Because those other
size
guys,
is an issue.
the
but-
other guys are kind of the same as far as like pace, right? Like
And-
they're kind of the same guy.
And that's Mike McCarthy's MO though. Like go back and look at all the backs that he had at Green Bay.
Thank you.
Dorsey Levens, Amon Green, and the
Couple
boys-
of the Bama guys.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like what you see in a guy like Royce and Rico and Zeke are the backs that he normally, I think the only time which I thought was coaching malpractice when they put Ty Montgomery and they was lining him up in a running back with Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. But he's always had those type of, to your point, you like big, thick black men. You know what I'm saying? Like they've always, you know what I mean? That's your MO. You and Mike McCarthy have something in common. Yeah, you like your men the same way. You like your running backs the same way.
The deal with this kid, if you put him on this roster, you have to play him. Don't waste that spot on a guy that's going to be walking up and down the field. I mean, on the sideline. If you put him on that 53-man roster, please play him. But if you're not going to play him on a regular basis, I'm talking about every week, do not waste that spot. I mean, I'm wrong going
No.
Don't waste that spot.
That has long been the issue when it came to Deuce Vaughn.
Right.
And Jerry even said it. It's I think it was Mike said it, but it's where do we find the packages for him?
Yeah.
Right? Because if he's not going to be a starter, he's not going to be your backup, he's going to have to be a guy that you create these packages for. And this is the part of when you get into the season, you don't have a lot of practice time. You just don't. By rule, you just don't have a lot of practice time. So if and this is where I've always screamed it from the mountaintop, the special teams part comes to play. If he's not going to be an intricate role player in the special teams, then I don't waste my time during the week in practice on plays for him because we can't find a jersey for him on Sunday. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? There's more that he has to do in order to warrant the practice
15 plays.
To warrant that time. You're right. Like you gotta
15 plays.
I gotta be able to do other things with him than just say, well, I have this package of plays for Deuce, and if I don't use them, then his worth to us is null and void. Nothing else that he does. But if he's a returner or a personal protector or wing, he has value there, and I can get to those plays in practice because I have time to do so.
Now, and the reason I said, I didn't want to cut you off there, but the reason I said 15 plays because how many plays would the average guy that's on all four special teams, how many plays would he play average in a game?
20?
20. So now I'm talking about Deuce have to see 26 plays. His 20 special teams and the 6 in the package because you're not going to use them every time you run him out there.
Right.
And if you're not going to do that, as much as I love this kid, as much as he exploded all over everybody, he has no value.
Well, you laughing at, Kurt?
See what? All over? That's crazy. We're rolling today. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know what I said, but hey.
But as I watched the game, and both Kevin and Ray, I both said this. It was Deuce has the butt factor, right? It's man, he made a really good run, but. And I think the runs are there, right? It's like that lower body strength, him pushing forward or falling forward to 4 or 5 yards is there. But then it comes time where, he missed a pass block or, they throw the ball out to him to the flat and it's over his head. Now you want Trey Lance to hit him with, hit the ball in the chest, but sometimes that small target, it makes it difficult for the quarterback. So it's these factors that go against him. But it could be. Football's fluid. My sports takes are fluid, and I watched that game Saturday, and I said, I see what they see. It's what else can he bring?
Yeah, I don't like.
What else?
What else is there on special teams other than returning? I mean,
there's
can't go down
returning.
and tackle guys, can he?
You better. I mean, you got to be a wing. You got to be a personal protector. Maybe if you're so shifty, be a gunner.
You got to be special.
You know what I mean? You got to do
Size,
something.
though?
The what?
At that size, though?
You got to be special.
Yeah.
You have to. If you.
There isn't enough there isn't enough plays for him at the running back position again to warrant a jersey if that's all that he's doing.
Right.
Because now I say, all right, if I want a package of plays that I feel like we can tag or we can hit on, then I'll give him to the other small guy. I'll give him to Kevontae Turpin. Yeah. Because at least I know Hill's going to be in there as both of my returners, maybe a gunner, and then he has a role in the offensive game.
Yeah.
So if there's Deuce Vaughn packages, if he's not going to get out there, then all right, Kevontae, I know that you'll be there on Sunday, so let me work with you instead of Deuce Vaughn with these packages.
And if he makes the team, then who's out?
We can answer that on the other side of the break.
There we go.
Ain't but 4.
Cutdown tomorrow.
Cutdown. We already got some cuts happening so far, right?
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
All right, so let's
A
talk
couple
about
of
that. on the
surprises,
side.
too.
Yeah. Surprise you when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
Explode all over you.
Oh, my goodness.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys!
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. The second segment was brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. And Kurt,
Yes.
do you want Slurpee drinks from 7-Eleven free for a year?
Yes.
All right. From now until August the 27th, which is what, tomorrow? Use the 7 Rewards app at checkout to be entered for a chance to win when picking up products like Slurpee, Big Gulp, and Taquitos. No purchase necessary. Terms apply. Take advantage of that until tomorrow.
Good
All
job.
right. Thank you.
Good read.
Thank you.
Thank you to our partners at 7-Eleven.
Yes. Shout out to 7-Eleven.
I drink y'all coffee.
It's good stuff. You drink coffee every day? Mm-hmm. Are y'all coffee drinkers?
I've had like 2 sips of coffees in 40 years.
I've never had coffee ever.
2 sips.
I'm afraid to start because I hear I like the way it smells. I used to not even like the way it smells. I love the way it smells now.
If you ever do,
Yeah.
be at home.
Wow.
That first one
Holy
gonna
moly.
bring you. That first one
And
gonna
that's
bring
why
you.
I never went back.
Explode all over
I
you?
had to, yeah, come about you. That thing gonna come about you. I had 2 sips. I was working at Allied Barton Security. That's back when I was a security guard, and I worked a double. I had worked all night, and they said, "Hey, time and a half. You want to work from 7 to 3?" I said, "I can use the money, sure will." But I was already fading. Man, I was like, well, here's some coffee.
Before energy drinks. Huh?
Yeah. Man, I took 2 sips of that. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. I was up the whole shift.
Were you?
I was.
For a different reason?
For a different reason. I was in that toilet praying. I was praying to the.
Oh.
Yeah.
The bathroom was secure.
Yes.
So we have some reported cuts, right, or some projections. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, these are
Kurt?
already. I guess they're official, although the team hasn't sent out a release, but they're basically official. But 15 guys have already been let go.
Any surprises on there?
Well, let's see. Tyron Billy Johnson came on like wildfire at the start of training camp. He didn't do much afterwards. He's gone.
Just like a wildfire.
Yeah.
Went out quick.
Yeah. Eric Scott, who they traded up last year in the 6th round to get at cornerback. They have waived him. He hasn't done anything. Another draft pick from a year ago, Vahoko, defensive end. He's waived injured, so he maybe several of these guys they may try to bring back on the practice squad. He's gone. Willie Harvey, who is kind of heralded there, he was like the UFL's
leading tackler. Had a great season with them. He didn't work out. He's gone. Everybody else, I think, no big surprise. Damian Wilson, longtime veteran, he was trying to hang around. He's gone. Albert Huggins, who's the guy who got in trouble at camp for pushing a Rams staffer, he's been let go. So. Just dominated a kid. I mean, he looked great dominating a kid.
Looked like me out there.
He did ran when the other guys went to defend the guy. He took off running like a big. I ain't gonna call the man because he may can beat me up. I ain't gonna do that.
So no huge surprises.
No, I wouldn't say. I thought they might give Scott a little more time because they did trade up for him as a draft pick, Vahoko last year, but those. I guess he's banged up. So, but yeah, the others I wouldn't say any big surprises.
I think Fahoko has been a disappointment. 4th round pick. Yeah. You thought you would have, and I forgot who said it. Maybe it was Dan Quinn that said when they drafted Fahoko that he would be a future Pro Bowler. Now, he still might be,
just not here.
He won't be doing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least not this coming year.
And here's another. I also want to kind of, and you'll see this around the league, especially when you start talking about teams who have new head coaches, especially since they have new head coaches, but then trickle down when you have new OCs or new DCs. A guy like Fahoko, right? When you draft him and you bring him in here, that was a Dan Quinn guy. When your coaches go, your value of the draft pick doesn't hold as much weight anymore. Because they don't see you like you weren't my guy. Like Kurt's my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Nick Eatman comes and sit down here, I like Nick. Nick's cool.
But he ain't your.
He ain't my boy.
So are you saying if you ever leave the show, Kurt's getting kicked off?
He coming with me. You got the, but but you'll see coaches will come in and they just won't. They won't value you as much as anymore because I don't have any ties. Mike Zimmer doesn't have any ties to just about anyone in this group. Mm-hmm. So the Eric Scotts of the world, the Fahokus of the world, all those guys, Zim doesn't look at those and say, that's on me. That ain't, Fahoko ain't my pick. And he can't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm. So maybe because they were all on 1-year deals, like maybe Jerry or the scouting or somebody would say, these aren't your guys, yes, but next year, you may not be around for your guys. So
yeah, but a lot of those guys, the Phillips and the Lawsons of the world and the Muhammad's that he brought in, those are his guys. He's saying, if I'm going to go out, let me go out with my guys.
True.
I'm not going to play this kid. This kid has no place in what I'm trying to do. He hadn't showed me anything. Now Mozzie's a different story. That's a 1st-round pick, right? That goes above the pay grade of Mike Zim, right? That goes to hold on now. Now we put a lot of resources in this 1st-round pick. You ain't just throwing him away right now. But as you can see, that Zim just worked around it. Said, okay.
Let me just go out and get a few. Hey, Landell, please don't sign with anybody.
Right.
Just sit on your couch. I got you. Just trust me.
So should we be concerned? How concerned should we be with DaRon Bland's injury?
It's 6 to 8 weeks. It's 6 to 8 weeks. You got to just hope that he gets back on time.
How do we feel about the depth there?
You got to hope Carson's ready.
They don't find nobody after tomorrow evening, a couple of days after tomorrow evening, we got them.
Jerry was pretty adamant after Saturday. He was pretty adamant. We're not going to look outside. We got depth. All that.
So today's the day you're gonna start believing what he said. I just want to check. I want to make sure we document that.
Okay.
Is today the day that
you his boy?
No, that's what I'm asking him. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Because if you start believing him, then I'm gonna believe him with you. Now I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down with this thing with you.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So we're not believing. I'm with him. We're not believing him.
No. Are you worried?
I am.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to my conversation with Al Harris at training camp. They believe in Carson. They do. The problem is when you're talking about the DaRon Bland injury, you're talking about feet.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he gets back at 6 weeks, right? Like how much is he back? And then it comes to the point where it's how much does he trust? Because this is a guy who's a ball hawking guy. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he plays a lot of his game on anticipation, seeing it, driving, putting that foot in the ground and driving on it. Mm-hmm. So in 6 weeks or 8 weeks, does the physical and the mental match up where he can be the same player he was before he left? That's the part that I worry. And then on the second half of it, where I worry is we don't know what Trayvon Diggs is.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't. Like, does he bounce back to form of what he was before ACL, or do we continue on the timeline of a player needs a full year to fully be back mentally to where they are?
And then there's a third thing. Will your pass rush be as hectic as it was in the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year? Because if your pass rush ain't as hectic, that learning curve going to be hard on some guys. If Trayvon don't be what we need him to be and Carson's don't, as he learned, will that pass rush? That's when I talked to Al, and this before any of the guys got hurt. Al looked at me and said, I said, what's the biggest thing, Nate? I said, what's the biggest thing, Coach Harris? Pass rush. I need for these guys to be frantic as a pass rushing group. And I thought about that, and just, no pass rush, extra time for the quarterback.
Yeah.
To make the best of corners look bad.
Kurt, are you worried?
Yes, I am. Just for all the reasons they said. I mean, you got.
I love it. Kurt, I like that. That's your boy. That's your boy.
That's why I ride with him.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm worried.
With the scratch.
Yeah, it got me breaking out in hives over here. I was thinking about that this morning. We haven't even played a game yet, and I was worried. I've already flipped. Like, I was good with the defense, and I was worried about the offensive line. Now I feel pretty good about the offensive line, and I'm really worried about the defense. If we ain't even got to week one, So,
yeah, I think even before this happened, I think there was concern about Diggs, what he's going to be, and now it's even more pressure on him to perform like he did, and so. I don't think this team can afford to get off to a slow start, and this certainly doesn't help.
Yeah.
And fellas, and I was talking to his boy upstairs, just his boy. Out of the last 3 years, this is the year that these 2 or 3 first games going to be so big because Coach McCarthy really, really does not know what each guy is going to give. With two new offensive linemen, your depth in the middle is worse as it ever been. So coaches are going to be tinkering, trying to fix on the run against 3 or 4 good. We got Cleveland, we got New Orleans, and the Giants won't be as hard, I don't think.
Defensively, they will.
They will, yeah.
Defensively, they will be. Offensively,
that's what I'm saying. We should be able to get. That's what we catch up on.
Yeah.
But these games are huge for them. Because we don't know. I mean, you really don't know. We don't know if Guyton, we know he got nice feet. We know he got good recovery. But is his strength there? Is he, this ain't.
For 70 snaps.
Yeah. Is his strength and endurance there? And we know the center is smart, but let's see what happens when this dude bring this thunder up on you and you got to 4 or 5 yards back there. You got to hike that ball. So we really don't know. This thing is new. This thing is brand new.
And then, those games that, like last year, Arizona was a game that we lost. That at the end of the year, we realized, boy, we couldn't afford to lose that game because it hurt.
Yeah.
And so, the games in September, October that you kind of count as games that you're supposed to win, but to Nate's point, you're tinkering with some things, and you take that L. Now, when you're in the back end of your schedule and you're fighting for those home field advantage, wild card or division champion, home or on the road to start this thing, you look back and you go, boy, if we would have had this thing figured out week 1 and we didn't lose to Cleveland, or hey, we had this thing figured and we didn't lose to we blow a game to New Orleans, and then you look back on it and you go, dang, now we fighting for NFC rankings, and we got dinged because we lost to New Orleans early in the year.
And don't forget, you've got a whole new defensive system that hasn't seen live fire yet, right? Like you think they're going to be good. You hope they have it figured out. There may be a learning curve on that side of the ball too, So
it is a learning curve. It is because of the injuries. And because of guys coming off injuries, it's going to be – coaches are going to be – I'm telling you, over there like mad scientists, man, like Einstein. They over there trying to work up something. I mean, can you imagine everybody saying, well, man, we can't wait till Diggs get healthy. Man, him and Bland, and, boy, we got Jordan Lewis. Oh, man, our first 3 corners are off the chain. Well, we ain't got one of them. One of them still coming off an injury. And that leaves, Jordan Lewis out there by himself. He looking around like, oh, boy. These young guys got to play.
Yeah.
Even at the safety position, you still got guys coming in that you really don't know, because Marquise Bell, how do he fit into these packages now? With the ones they tinkering, man. They tinkering right now.
And you got to kind of cross your fingers and hope and pray that you don't have anyone else get banged up.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
You got to hope and pray that you don't have, because remember, I don't want to. You my boy. You my boy.
Just don't mention the tight end.
I don't want to say this and I get snake bitten for saying it because we associate it. But remember, Trayvon hurt himself last year in practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as you get ready for the season to start, you don't want someone at an ankle
like Sam Williams.
You know what I'm saying? So that's still, I think, in the back of the mind of
you don't mention no names.
Yeah,
you're not allowed.
And I didn't want to mention the name that I'm associated with him. That's like guilty by association. So
to the season start, you're not allowed to mention any names due to injuries.
Oh, I didn't know I had this kind of power.
Just cuts. You're only allowed to
Sammy Hagar.
say who gets cut.
Sammy Hagar.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, we'll talk more football on Hanging with the Boys.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys!
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at Wingstop.com.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And we decided during the break that we just need to talk some more CeeDee Lamb. This is a big deal. And how does it change the look, obviously the offense, but does it change the planning, them getting it done, I guess, 2 weeks before the start of the season? Does that change what they're going to do in practice? What, assignments, alignments, all that stuff? Like, how does it change it now that it's official and we know he's going to be
just
here?
drop 5 plays down. Everybody drop 5 plays down. And that fourth receiver Jesse talking about, he working exclusively with special teams.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, we were talking earlier. It's like this Cowboys still don't kind of know what they have on offense, right? Because they haven't had a chance to work with him and make him a part of that and how that's all going to.
Thanks to Jigsaw, that was a good little, Hey, man, I'm going to tell you something later, Ray. I believe in that tinkering. And until we see how Cleveland's going to play us, I mean, we'll have an idea from watching 4 films from last year. They were in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the playoff films, you'll have an idea how they're going to do things. But I think they're going to ask more from Cooks. They're going to ask more from Jalen. How are we going to incorporate our tight end? And now we still had a running back. I mean, as much as we believe in Zeke, but I don't believe in him that much. I don't believe that Zeke can just go off for 130 yards. Now, what would Zeke probably do? Go off for 130 yards? I believe in him, but not for 130 yards. Can he tote that load good enough? Him and the other kid,
Rico,
to make this thing a little bit balanced, to give us that 45% run. I don't know. I mean, I've always believed since they stopped playing guys, I've always believed that these first 2 or 3 games is tinkering. And with CeeDee back, yes, we know, but you're going to still want to see, do you rush him out there? I don't think so, because that soft tissue stuff they always talking about, possible tear, possible something happening. You want to be very, very careful those first 3 or 4 days bringing him back, because now, whereas other guys have had 28 to 30 days to build up to the 0 to 100, he's had none. He's just been running out there on an open air field. And Jesse talks about it all the time. The bumping and grinding of a practice is a little bit more.
Because we don't see nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But a little bump and grind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Chris and his old lady.
Oh, Chris, I love it, Chris. I love it, Chris.
As a wide receiver,
Did she call you Christopher when you came home, or just Chris?
Zaddy. Zaddy. She watched the show.
Zaddy Chris?
Yeah, there you go. She watched the show.
Zaddy Chris.
Wow.
What you say, Kurt?
Well, as a receiver, how long?
As a receiver, I don't know.
How long will it? How long will it take Lamb to get back into the flow of the offense? And I'm just
a couple weeks. I mean, about 2 or 3 weeks to really kind of get back into that sync of, he and Dak being on the same page.
So week 1, next 2 weeks from whatever, when they face the Browns in 2 weeks, he'll be ready to.
2 weeks.
Barring any setbacks for him, legs are sore, whatever that may be, right? Like, barring any setbacks, getting it done today now gives you this week of practice, a weekend of recovery, and then game week, right? And so now when you get to the game, I think there'll be some fatigue. There'll be some fatigue for him. So game 3 is when I think you'll kind of see him catch his wind, his second wind, his stride is really when they'll be kind of, meshing really well. But there's going to be, and now when you're talking about, $34 million a year, it's going to be the expectations grow even greater.
And that's in CeeDee's favor, though, right? Because CeeDee wanted like that.
He wanted like that.
He wanted like now. Let me pose this question. And I rarely do the devil's advocate because I'm a Cowboy homer. Is there any residues? Is there any residue from the Green Bay game for CeeDee and Dak?
Not when $34 million has just been handed to you.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be honest. Like, at that point in time,
that's what I want to hear.
Anything that happened before
is before.
Right. I'm $34 million a year richer now. So, you know what I'm saying?
I'm the man. Ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah, like that's done for him.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any residue. I think if there's anything, there's more revenge.
Yes.
I'm on a revenge tour now to not let that happen again. Right. So it's like I want to set that record straight. I want to. Now that I've gotten paid like a top tier,
got to go prove it. Right.
I want to go continue out there and go and prove it. Right. Because everything that he's done up to this point, when he really started taking that, this year, last year, when he started taking those jumps, now he wants to go, all right, cool. Probably when Jamar Chase gets his deal, that'll bump him down and might be the third highest paid receiver. But right now, I'm the second highest paid receiver in NFL history. I want to go out here and really show my tail that I'm like that. I'm him. I'm Himothy. I'm Himothy Lamb, right? So that's his. I think that's his approach to it all.
What do we think the offense is going to? What's it going to look like? Is it going to be centered around the running game? Is it going to be?
It's never been centered around the running game.
Pass happy? Is it going to be a lot of tight ends? Like, what do you think we're going to see week one, offensive side?
Development of offensive linemen. The sad thing about all of this is, I mentioned the tight ends off air. I think we got a great tight end, above average tight end. I want to see more because I'm just hungry because I love him. We know who CeeDee Lamb is. We know what Cooks can do. We know
Jalen Tolbert, let's go. Let's go, my boy.
Yeah.
Like this year 3 for you. Let's go. I'm tired of the off-season videos and you spending time with Brandon Cooks and you're doing the Army Marine SEAL training with Dak. We keep talking about this potential.
And Zeke and Rico and what's the big kid? Lemke. If we had a stable the offensive line from last year, if we had the offensive line from last year, I would be like, we good. But until I see what our center and left tackle gonna do, I'm just gonna wait. I can't get hyped because if your offensive line ain't gelling, I don't care how good your quarterback is, he's gonna be running for his life.
How many weeks before?
2.5. We need to know in 2.5 because I think
week 3 you'll be on one side of the fence.
Oh yes, I will. Yes,
Just
sir.
as the Ravens come to town.
Yeah, hey, great test. Great test. Great test, man. The thing, if we've seen it even when the great quarterbacks have a mixed match offensive line, they struggle. And they still find a way, but they struggle. So we can't do that. We cannot struggle.
One last thing.
We can't, but we might. We
Oh, my God, the curse of Kurt.
You did say a player's name in this segment, too.
did?
Right after we told you weren't allowed.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't say it again, Kurt. Do not say it again because he's kind of important to this offense. Last question heading out of the show. The Athletic polled 50 coaches and execs. Dak ranked 9th among quarterbacks. He was behind Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Jackson, Stafford, Herbert, Rodgers, and Stroud. Do you guys believe that? Are you on board with that?
I think those.
Or you think he's a little higher?
Maybe a little higher.
7.
I think those guys, when they make those rankings, I think they're going off of just talent. Like if you just talk about, are those guys more talented? Like arm, throwing, running ability, like, yeah. But when you go down to the raw materials of statistically and the winning percentage, and because there's only one other quarterback that wins as much as Dak.
Mahomes.
And that's Mahomes, right? Like there's only other one, and like even the numbers between that in the last couple of years, you see Dak and Patrick Mahomes being eye to eye. But if you're just talking about if Dak had to have a throwing competition against those guys, he maybe not Lamar Jackson, but it's the whole package of what Lamar Jackson brings. I think they look at the passing ability, the ability to throw the football. That to me ranks that'll put Dak in a different category than those guys. But if we're talking the whole thing, you can't. How can you realistically say C.J. Stroud after 1 year is better than Dak Prescott? Right. Herbert after 1 year. Now he does have a 5,000-yard season on his hands, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stafford at his age.
Stafford.
I mean, Dak was the runner-up for the MVP of the league.
So, like, there's some names you look at and you go, you got to be talking about just sheer quarterback talent, the ability to take the football and deliver it in certain spaces. Yeah, those guys may do it better than Dak, but we can't be talking about the football player, like the football total of what Dak is. No. The totality of it all.
They had three quarterbacks in their tier 1. Just 3, Mahomes, Burrow, and Allen. And then Dak and several others fell into the tier 2.
Burrow's always at the top of the list? Is he that good?
That dude a beast.
If he could stay healthy, is he that good?
Yeah, that dude can play.
Yeah.
That dude can play.
He's one of the one dudes that went toe to toe with.
Yeah.
That dude can play.
With the.
I was there. I was their bad luck charm.
That's right. You were there.
I was there.
That dude ain't had an offensive line yet. That dude can play.
Yeah. Okay.
The mulatto Jesus.
What they call him now?
The mulatto Jesus.
Yeah. What do you think about his hairdo? His blonde hair.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Jones, but I'm talking about Mahomes.
That dude's. He's gonna be the best to ever do it.
Let me say this before we go off air. And these are all the people that just listen to other people like us who tell you what to do.
No one tells me what to do.
No. Listen to people like us who tells folks.
Listen to us. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Yes. Stop listening to people that don't know football. And I'm serious. I've talked to a couple of friends, and they are repeating what some other people are saying. And I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't play any football, but you telling me this, and it don't make sense. When you and don't get me wrong, Brad Sham, Brian Broaddus, they know what they're looking at and what they're talking about, and even more important, they get the right information. You, Kurt, y'all know what y'all talking about.
What about Mickey Spagnola?
Yeah, Mickey will listen. He will listen. He may not say what you want him to say, but he will listen. I just want to tell people, man, don't get mad because the real experts are giving you the truth. I just want to say that, man, because I'm starting to listen to a lot of people, just fans, and they listening to any and everybody. Everybody don't know what they're talking about or don't have a clue what a football player is or look like. I just want to say that real quick. Thank you.
Good. Glad you said that. Glad you got that off your chest.
Yeah.
Seems like that's been bothering you.
Yeah, it has.
Well, Jesse, good seeing you. Chris, so good to have you back. Nate, good seeing you. Kurt, it's good to have everybody back together. The whole production crew in the back. Jazz, thanks for riding shotgun with Chris. And what's the guy's name?
No, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment of silence. No, I'm saying let's take a moment. Let's give Jazz her flowers.
Yeah.
Let's give Jazz her flowers.
Holding it down.
While Chris Bean was away, Jazz stepped up in the big boy seat, man. And
no mistakes. No unforced errors.
None of that. Yep. None of that.
She got confused on her hair, but she hung in there.
all the while. So shout out to Jazz, man. We appreciate you, Jazz, stepping up, man.
Hey, Chris, you and Josh, we know that training camp's a long time. Y'all were out there longer than
ever.
Yeah,
as long as ever.
Yes. Over 30 days.
30 days. So y'all cranked out some great stuff. Good job out there. Everybody that was out there. Hope y'all enjoyed yourself. But now it's time to work. Okay.
Time to grind.
It's time to.
Time to.
Nothing wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong. When are we bumping grind?
Nah, we need to be careful because his son will be like, "Daddy, bumping grind."
Bumping grind.
When are we back? Wednesday.
Like, Daddy, did mommy feed?
Yeah.
Wednesday, 1:00, and then we're off until Tuesday.
Until Tuesday.
Do we know what time for sure yet? Next week.
I just confirmed it with the boss.
Yeah.
And he gave me the thumbs up. You will be on at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, starting Tuesday, will be daily, right?
During the season.
And football's back, baby. Come out and see practice tomorrow night and Wednesday.
Me and Nate will be out there.
Are y'all going?
Yeah, we'll be.
Yeah, you can watch them on TXA 21
Let's go.
and DallasCowboys.com.
There you go, right there.
Kyle Yeomans and Bill will be a part of it.
All right, good deal. Check it out. We will be
But
back.
me and Jesse gonna dominate it.
We will be back Wednesday, same time, same place.
I promise you.
For Hanging with the Boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!